we have live on the line Archbishop John Wester.
Thank you, Mary. It's good to be back on. First of all, to say that we're sending out a statement today, a detailed statement that will be very as inclusive as we can make it on what provisions we've made thus far in the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. As many people know from the media last night and the newspaper and on the television and radio, that we have not only closed the schools but also closed the church services, canceled church services for a short time. We don't know what that time is just yet, but for now. And so, but the statement will include, though, that churches will be open. People can go for individual prayer, and there will be other provisions that will be in there, not just what we're not doing, but what we can do, how people can pray, how we can join together as a people of faith to support one another, to pray for one another during this health crisis. I know that a lot of people, like myself, are just so devoted to the Holy Mass, to the Eucharist, the celebration of the Eucharist, and that is such an important strength for us. That's the source and summit of our lives. And so it's really sad that we have to cancel services for the near future because of the virus COVID-19. But it's important for people to see that, we have to do what we have to do for the sanctity of human life, that we can't risk people getting sick and possibly even dying from this virus. And so we have to be very careful about going forward and observing very important, protocols like staying away from large crowds. So that's the reason we're doing it. Our priests will be saying Mass every day privately, and they'll be offering those Masses with the people, and we're going to let people know, to the extent that the priests can, they'll let them know pretty much when they're saying the Mass so people can join with them and make a spiritual communion. People can read the Gospel of the day at home. They can pray the Rosary. They can have a prayer service at home. There are many things we can do to pray and to place ourselves in God's presence. So I think that it's important to realize that this is a necessary precaution for the sanctity of human life, and at the same time recognizing that Masses will still be offered. I offer Mass every week. It's called the Pro Popolo Mass. I offer a Mass every week for all the people of the Archdiocese, and I'll continue to do that, of course. I will be saying Mass. Hopefully starting Monday, we'll be having Mass that will be broadcast live streamed for people can watch that from the safety of their homes, and also we'll be doing it with you. You haven't heard this yet, maybe, but we just finished the meeting, Mary. But
thank you.
We're going to work with the Archbishop's Radio Hour, with other means we have of getting the Masses taped or live streamed so people can join us for those. So we're going to do everything we can to reach out with people to have an opportunity to pray together. So I think there are other ramifications, of course, funerals, weddings, baptisms, quinceañeras, confirmations. Many of the planned events are going to be after Easter, like, for example, confirmations. And, of course, during that we don't typically have weddings or baptisms as a rule. We do have sometimes convalidation marriages as people prepare for the in their RCIA pilgrimage. But for the most part, we don't have those. So we're hoping and praying that we will have passed the crisis point and that we'll go back to normal when those scheduled events take place, probably after Easter. So we just have to wait and see. We don't know right now. There are a lot of unknowns right now. So basically, we're just trying to get the best scientific, professional, medical information we can get in order to make decisions for the good of our people, recognizing that God is a loving God and that He's with us and present with us all the time. Not only in the Mass, that's the source and summit, of course, of our experience of God's presence, but we have so many ways that God is present to us. And so for the duration of this crisis, we will have to exercise those moments particularly, and also be part of the Mass through the priests who will offer Mass for their people. I will be offering Mass for the people, and we will be able to join with them in that way. So I think it's going to be difficult. We're very saddened to have to make these decisions. We're saddened that our school children won't be able to go to school for a few weeks. But these are necessary precautions in the face of what's now, I understand, just an hour ago, the President declared as a national emergency, in which the World Health Organization has declared a global pandemic. So these are, extreme measures need to be taken in extreme times.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us today.
You're welcome, Mary, and let us keep each other in prayer. And we ask all the faithful in the Archdiocese of Santa Fe to pray to our Blessed Mother, who intercedes for all of us, of course, but she's also the help of the sick and as a special, powerful intercessory prayer for us. So we pray to her that she will help us through this crisis, and that her Son will extend his arms of healing benediction over all of us.